Excuse me, today all my sources are in Spanish. I try to find an English one, but I will translate. So don't worry about it. This one had an English title, and I thought it would be, but it's not. This is from Migración Colombia, which is like the migration Ministry of Migration or whatever it is, Immigration Colombia. They have this. And I know they've been doing this. I just never said it because why would I tip off a passport, bro? I want them to go there, spend their money on the air ticket, and be sent back home. That great. I heard they're going to get their own local government, which is great. Okay. Oh, I didn't know that. But yeah, they're for Afro-Colombians. Okay. I didn't know that. But I think Colombia really, so prostitution is legal in Colombia. But I think they've like the cartel took over the prostitution over there. So the government is looking for a way to push to get back to normal life. They don't want people, because really right now, any girl that is 18 years old, as soon as they hit 18, they can't wait to join the sex trade in Cartagena. Like I think 90% of women right now in Cartagena will sell bucks to you. Even the ones that didn't want to in the past. Even married ones will sell it. That's how different Cartagena has become. And it really saddens me as somebody that really loves the city. It really, really saddens me. And it is what it is. That is the fault of the Colombian government. They legalized it. They marketed it. All these dating agencies popped up in 2017, 2018. And, gringos started coming in and buying, and they were using that as foreign reserve. They were all part of it. The government was calling for it. And now I think they've had enough because it's also fueling a lot of underground criminal activity, especially with the cocaine stuff drying out. Like they're struggling to get that cocaine. And the cocaine money is drying out because Trump is bombing their shit right now, right? So because cocaine money is drying out, these people are now like, let's get into the sex trade. Let's diversify. So the prostitution, the cocaine, the scopolamine and robbery, it's all part of the diversification of the cartel. This is how they are diversifying in Colombia, because the cocaine business is becoming difficult for them. The U.S. Army is sitting in the ocean, just blowing their shit up, right? And that is giving them a lot of trouble. Let me get this story.
Cinco ciudadanos estadounidenses, 4 provenientes de Miami y uno de Fort Lauderdale.
Okay, so they said five. Wait, let me listen to it again.
5 ciudadanos estadounidenses.
Okay, so 5 U.S. citizens.
4 provenientes de Miami y uno de Fort Lauderdale.
Okay, and 4 of them that flew in from Fort Lauderdale, Miami, Fort Lauderdale Airport. So probably flew Spirit.
Y un ciudadano mexicano procedente de...
And a Mexican citizen, somebody that holds a Mexican passport.
Ciudad de México. Fueron devueltos a sus países apenas pisaron suelo colombiano.
Okay, so they were sent back to their home country the moment they got into Colombia. Okay, what next?
Luego de que se activaran diferentes alertas internacionales que los vinculan con presuntos delitos de turismo con fines de explotación sexual, abuso y pedofilia.
Okay, so they, for offenses related to the potential that they were coming into Colombia to do sex tourism, or in some cases, what word did he use? Pedophilia. Okay, so like I said, a lot of these guys are doing some pedophilia stuff there too.
Esta decisión la adopta Migración Colombia con respaldo en el decreto 1067 del 2015, que faculta a la entidad para inadmitir el ingreso de extranjeros que representen un riesgo para la seguridad y la convivencia ciudadana.
Okay, so she's talking about the law. So that the numbers she mentioned are the legal code in their legal books, on their immigration books, about coming into Colombia to participate in the things that these guys have done to be sent back.
Dicha decisión fue tomada en articulación con la Policía Nacional.
Los hechos.
Okay, and they took that decision in conjunction with the national or local police. Let me see if you guys have any comments for me. There you go. All right, let's keep going.
Sucedieron en el Aeropuerto Internacional José María Córdoba de Río
So Jose Maria Cordova is the name of the airport in Medellin. For those of you that have been there,
Negro, que sirve a la ciudad de Medellín.
and this is how this operation works now, because this is what I saw in Barranquilla. They'll go through your passports. If you're mostly they're really targeting males, really like males that are traveling solo, men that are traveling in large groups, like 3 or 4 guys all together, kind of groups. And also, when they pinpoint you out, they go through your passport to see if you're like a person that does multiple destinations kind of person, because that's usually how you know people are kind of sex tourists, right? Like they tend to go to certain spots. Like maybe you have a Thai visa, you have a Cambodia visa, you have a DR, and then you have a few Colombian and Peru. Those are like your kind of hubs right now for S tourism. And that was already the first red flag. And then the next step is they start to look into your text messages and your bags. And you'd be surprised what they found in one of these bags. Let's keep going.
En uno de los casos, el equipaje de uno de los viajeros estaba repleto de múltiples elementos que permitían.
So in one of the bags, let's see what they found. It looks like a Dawn soap. What is it doing with a Dawn soap? Okay, Dawn soap, but then they found some weird stuff. The things that are blurred, these are dildos. Let's see what they're going to say.
Permitieron presumir su relación con actividades de turismo con fines de explotación sexual.
Okay, so he had some dildos, Viagra, some whip lashes. What else is there? Straps to strap the women. Like he was going all out, man. Whipping. Come on, man. This, what do you call it? These things that the police use. Handcuffs. I hope you guys are seeing it. This is how somebody arrived in Colombia, man. Yeah. He arrived in Colombia with whips, Viagra. Why do they always need Viagra too? Come on, man. Your shit don't work. You barely get women here in the US. So you think you'd have saved enough juice to where you don't need Viagra, right? Like your shit is hard enough to break some records when you get over there to Colombia. So why do you need Viagra when these are young people too? Like these are under 40-year-olds popping Viagra. And so yeah, he went over there to set records, man. Dildos. What is he doing with a dildo? Like to put it in his own ass or what? Like, what the hell is a man doing with a fucking dildo, bro? You see why I say these dudes are weird? You can't make this shit up, bro. What is a man doing with a dildo on a trip to Colombia? Like what? To use it on a woman or to put it in your own ass? What the fuck? Man, these dudes are weird as fuck. Baby oil. You thought P. Diddy was the only one? Dawn dish soap is antibacterial. So what? They wash the pussy with dish soap, or the anal parts with dish soap. Why does he have dish soap? Man, Americans tell me something I don't know. Like what has dish soap got to do with sex? Absolutely crazy stuff. Let me blow this up so y'all can see it. Some straps, leg straps, whip lashes. Look at that pink dildo, right? Why pink dildo though? Like why is it pink? Whips. Well, that boy was going there to set some records, man. Oh my goodness. Okay. Vamos adelante.
Sexual. Los controles migratorios, apoyados en el sistema Angel Watch y en el intercambio de información con autoridades internacionales.
So they do have now a system, an international system called Angel Watch. I don't know if it's something that you can report, like if you know like a known sex worker, you can just send some information to that database or alert them, and then they can use It's obvious why pink. So you can send some details to them, and then they will. Uh, oh my goodness, this is. I love this for Colombia. I really do. And right now, I know like the DR, the Susua is being cleaned up, and the only disadvantage of this is if Colombia closes up, which for me, like my will my Airbnb suffer? I think the one on the coast will suffer because it's usually like it's only like a 1 bedroom, and most of the times the people that get it are just single men, one guy. Really, I don't usually have it. It allows two, but it's only one person that most usually get it. So that one might suffer a little bit if if all these things goes down. But the one that we're about to build in Santa Rosa has a family construction in mind because that's a retirement plan. So we'll spend some time there during retirement. That one is a single family home. So I'm not too concerned about that because usually you get families travel there or like large groups and they can rent it. But if they know like that when they come in that they're gonna be sent back, a lot of them won't even buy the ticket to go over there, right? Um, but yeah, they're checking your applications too. If you have Tinder on your phone, they can deny you entry. If you're speaking with some chicks in Spanish and you're speaking to multiple chicks in Spanish, they'll read those messages as a condition for entry. And if they see any indication that you're going over there to trick or you're going to, they are not against you having a girlfriend over there. But if they see multiple relationships in your WhatsApp, then they'll consider you an S tourist and they'll send you back. Okay. Like I said, when I got to Barranquilla in June, that was when I went to have my surgery. I did surgery in Cartagena, but I flew into Barranquilla because the time from Dallas to Cartagena was very rough. I think like the flight started at 5 in the morning. I didn't want to leave that early, so I took the Barranquilla option. I spent a night in Barranquilla. And then I have the video on my YouTube. You guys can see it. I went to Bocas de Cenizas to see where the Magdalena River meets the Atlantic Ocean. Had a Venezuelan driver that took me over there. We did a walk to it. And then the next day I took the bus from Barranquilla to Cartagena. But when I got to Barranquilla, they searched my bags. They searched my some of my paperwork because I had my property paperwork with me. And they got to my phone a little bit, but they didn't start looking at details, right? I have my ring on. When you open my phone, the first thing you see is a picture of my wife. Like my screensaver is my wife. So when they told me to open, I opened it. They saw it and I speak Spanish. So the guy asked me, "Who is that?" And I said, "That mi esposa." And then he asked where she was, and I said, "She's at work at home. I'm here to do dental surgery, and I have property." And I showed him some of my property papers. And no questions asked. He had a dog come around my bag. They circled it a little bit, and he left me alone. He didn't even bother. Sometimes they can tell if you're kind of almost fluent in Spanish. They tend to know that you're not about that shit, And I kind of speak a Colombian dialect of Spanish, so they know I've lived around that place. Let's see what else is here.
Permitieron establecer que todos presentaban antecedentes o reportes asociados a conductas sexuales delictivas.
They're sending that dude back too.
Gracias a esta labor articulada con Migración Colombia, con el equipo técnico de agencias como HSI y CBP, fue posible la inadmisión de 4 ciudadanos extranjeros, 3 ciudadanos estadounidenses con alertas vigentes en la plataforma Angel Watch, un ciudadano chileno.
La mayoría de los...
Okay, so yeah, they have a system called Angel Watch that kind of helps. And some of these guys have committed these crimes in Ecuador and Peru and in other places. So they alert the Colombian authorities that these people have done some of these criminal acts over there. Yeah.
Ciudadanos inadmitidos en Colombia con relación al turismo sexual proviene de Estados Unidos y tiene como destino Medellín. En las últimas 72 horas, Migración Colombia ha inadmitido 9 extranjeros por alerta.
So yeah, just the last 72 hours, they've not admitted 9 foreigners into Colombia. They've returned 9 foreigners.
De pedofilia y turismo sexual.
And some of them for pedophilia and sex tourism.
Y en lo que va corrido 2025 van 50 por las mismas causas. Soy Yesid Vaquero.
Okay, so yeah, just almost about 50 of these cases this year alone. Okay, so the Colombians have started to crack down on these guys, and that's a good thing, you know. And I hope that the only disadvantage of this is they might start looking towards Africa, and I don't want their asses over there. I, yeah. They're going through your text. They're checking everything right now, man. In Colombia, it's a random thing. They're not doing it for everybody because obviously that will slow down traffic. But they're going through text messages, especially for guys that when they really suspect you for being one of those guys, they will go through your shit. Okay? Like I have about 8 stamps every year into Colombia because I do business there. So it's very rare for me to be stopped. But like I said, I've had that one. I think the Cartagena one is just interviews. And I've gone there so much that 2 of the immigration guys in Cartagena actually know me by face, and they'll say hello to me when I'm just about to check in, right? So, but yeah, I hope they do this at all the airports because I think Bogota doesn't really do a lot of that.
Regreso con ustedes.
So there you have it, man. This is happening. You know, I don't have to sit here and talk about the passport bureaus because they're too sensitive. But I will report the news on Colombia because I live there. And if they feel like this touches them, that is on them. But yeah, this was the package. The package. The package for entry into Colombia. Oh yeah.